Hi guys, this is True Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode 2 of season 1 of American Love Story. JFK Jr. and CBK, or Caroline Bessette Kennedy, or Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. Blonde means red, and the walls of the kingdom of Boston fall. So here we go, guys. I love this episode. I love this episode. This is a great episode. So here we go. In this second episode, we see basically Carolyn mad and not showing her mad and anger towards John, but she has eaten spicy red anger curry. So what does John do to explain himself and explain his Cali girlfriend named Daryl? Well, he tries to explain to Carolyn at a Calvin Klein pool party event, and this is where Carolyn comes in contact with John again, meaning JFK Jr., and he tries to explain, and of course Carolyn is like, don't worry, you don't have to explain. But JFK Jr. is trying to explain himself, and he basically said that his girlfriend Daryl, his Cali girlfriend, she was in my apartment out of the blue darn sky, and that was about it. But Carolyn was very upset with JFK and herself, meaning herself and her heart, and her best friend, and her friend of Calvin Klein was like, did you bump into JFK again? To John again? And she said, yes, but it was not an awkward talk. It was a nice, but a little bit awkward, but not that awkward of a talk. But Carolyn was holding this to herself, holding this anger towards herself to herself. So she decided to basically, again, try to hook up, try to reconnect with Michael. Her model boyfriend, or her inspired model to be of an ex-boyfriend, or off and on boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. And they did hook up, and they did the cha-cha-cha of doom, if you will. Not the cha-cha-cha not the cha-cha-cha, not the cha-cha-cha that of love that I normally talk about. She did the cha-cha-cha of love out of spite, out of out of anger towards herself and anger towards JFK, towards John, towards John. But before you know, doing the unsavory cha-cha of passion, JFK tried his best, and he was rejected, not physically by Carolyn, but Flowerly. He was rejected by Carolyn Flowerly. She rejected 12 times 12 or 13 or more. I'm gonna go with 13 or 14 awesome and forgiving bouquets of flowers. Again, this happened before she did the unsavory cha-cha of love, if you know what I mean. And I could tell, and again, Michael, her off and on again boyfriend is a new person to me. Regarding history, regarding U.S. history, you know. But that was it. I hope you guys agree with me. If not, you can leave a comment after I ask this question in the comments. But I'll ask the question after the video. But anyway, that was it. Right? But no, there's more. Since JFK Jr. is still struggling to find his mental and self balance away from his dad's legacy that he's trying to live up to. He signed up to do a PSA commercial for PBS, and it's great. But the only problem is that it's in the middle of the street of New York, and he's getting honked by every New Yorker. And every New Yorker there and around the city. And to top it all off, Daryl again is there at his apartment with, not just by herself, but with friends, and she's getting loopy by using substances that make you loopy, if you know what I mean. And she's using family heirlooms of the Kennedy family as trays for these substances that make you loopy, if you know what I mean. Until John says, enough, I'm going to bed. And Daryl, in a loopy state, is like, John, no, why are you being so distant? why are you being distant with me? And John is like, John is like, I don't know. I don't know inside of himself, but, but, but he, he was just not happy with Daryl, with Daryl as his girlfriend, because he was thinking about Carolyn. He had Carolyn on the brain, and to top this, and to make matters worse for Daryl, Jackie Kennedy did not like her because, again, she wanted someone for some equal to equal his social position. But not only that, but because she was blonde hair, and the only person that Jackie despised the most. And guys, this is a historical fact that she despised the most, perhaps in secret, but in secret she didn't tell. She didn't say, I hate this person with blonde hair, but I know from studying and learning about JFK's family. And of course, you see, guys, in May of 1961, for JFK's birthday, 45th birthday, obviously, you have a big party. A big birthday party, because you're the president of the United States, but it's a social and political thing as well. And there's it's not even, I wouldn't call it a rumor. Marilyn Monroe, yes. That Marilyn Monroe. The Marilyn Monroe. Yes, that Marilyn Monroe. The blonde bombshell had an affair with JFK. And yes, I can attest by pictures and by documentaries that I have seen about JFK, he was a ladies' man. But Jackie turned her eyes, closed her eyes, and let it slide. But it really hurt her. But specifically, Marilyn. And what did Marilyn have? Blonde hair. So, and I'm just hypothesizing. Daryl, John Dunn's off again and on again Cali girlfriend had blonde hair, and both Michael and Daryl are new figures that I'm just learning about watching this awesome series. But my guess is that Jackie used the social unequalness of Daryl and unequalness to her family's social degree of power, if you will, to mask the fact that she hated, that she despised Daryl because she had blonde hair, and the person that basically made her husband drool was Marilyn Monroe, and Marilyn had blonde hair. So yeah, so that's my hypothesis, guys. But but then this, by the way, this episode episode 2 happens to happen in between of I'm going to say January of 1993 to March of 1994. Yes, I'm gonna go with that timeline. But anyway, then got so that's why that's my hypothesis. Why Jackie hated and despised Daryl in reality, but she used the excuse of but she used the excuse of Daryl is not not the type of girl that I want you to be with. She's not good for you socially. Like, to our social degree of Camelot. If if you know what I mean, guys. But and one thing that really that really touched me, and I'm getting to here in a little bit, is yes. So, but then, but later on in the episode, around March, around February, around February of 19, 1993, the year that I was born. Jackie was just Jackie. Jackie Jack in this scene really struck me. She was dancing to the music of the musical Camelot, which we meaning me and many of my historian friends and many of my historian loving friends like me, and to some of you, I hope that this series is awesome to watch for you. But yes, the Kennedy family, like I said in my review of episode 1, the Kennedy family is our version, the American version of the royal family. But anyway, the scene that struck me the most of this second episode is Jackie dancing to the music of the musical Camelot. Yes, there was a musical called Camelot, and Guinevere in the play of Camelot was played by Julie Andrews. Guys, you can check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right. But just to double check, you can check that on me. And Jackie was dancing to the music of Camelot by herself, but she had a portrait of JFK, of a colored painting portrait of JFK, which really struck me because he died in 1963, November of 1963, and again, this series takes place in the 90s. So what I'm trying to say, no matter how much you try to put the grief behind you, the grief is still there. You still yearn for your loved one. You still miss the moments of closeness. You still grieve for this person no matter how long, how much time it has passed by. You still wish you still wish this person was still there with you. But as she was staring 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 at the painting of her husband, Jackie collapsed. And with that, guys, this is how this 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 episode of An American Love Story, JFK Jr. and CBK ends. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, to tap that like button, and if you want to stay up to date for my videos, don't doubt and tap that notification bell. And if you want to expand your time here on my channel, don't forget and subscribe, and let me know in the comments this question. Do you think guys, that do you believe that Carolyn did the cha-cha-cha of of passion of passion with her off again and on again fling of a boyfriend, Michael, because she was out of spite or out of sadness / anger towards John. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Again, thank you for watching, and until we JFK again, bye.